Yeah. How we doing? Previously on Kimba TV. You know you can still have a pullback, right? If it does come back, you would want it to see another open interest rise if it's gonna pump. If I was going to short, I would at least wait for 382 or that, or even that, you know? How we doing? How we doing? Closed. $215, not bad. $215, not bad. All right, so let's get caught up real quick on the TA. Literally everything that we talked about yesterday happened. Did I get the short? Negative. In fact, I didn't even want to close all of it, but I forgot to leave, I forgot to make one of the TPs 49.9995. Yes, unfortunately, no, I did not have, I don't have a short right now. What was the exit price? Let's talk about it. Okay, are you guys ready to get caught up on the T? Let me go get some, I was gonna ask if we can do a little bit of lettuce. Mandelo says, shit, I was waiting for the big sweep myself. I think it's still gonna happen, but I didn't want to piss away anymore. Plus I have to fly to San Fran. So Swabe says, Kimba box, you already know. You already know. So I think there's still a possibility, but if you did the risk reward on my unrealized, it didn't make sense at that point. So yeah, I mean, you guys got it. How many of you guys entered short on Kimba box? We literally talked about everything that happened towards the end of the stream, right? So we pulled baby golden pocket, CVD bull div, open interest not helping as it was pumping back up, swing high, swing low. And what did I say? If it gets rejected at golden pocket, it's gonna make a lower low. On top of that, you had 1 hour bear div and you had S&P looking like shit. So there you go. There you go. And people were asking, where do I want to get into a long? I said, I'm not getting into a long. I'm looking for shorts. And obviously all the late longers trying to look for longs. I don't know, man. You had all last week and all weekend to try to get into longs. You want to get into a long now? Uh-oh. Yeah. But that being said, I still think the 30,004 sweep is possible. But if you do the math, I'll show you all. I'll show it all. But the long is closed. We didn't get, I think if you go back on the stream, the maximum amount of profits that I could have had if I had Pico short, or if I had gotten the Pico top on that sweep yesterday, it was like 240 or something like that. So not too bad. I maybe left like 26K on the table. Honestly, I don't think I did bad at all. But let me go get some coffee. And let's talk about how everything happened. But some of you guys took the short. I only TP'd. I was half asleep. So you guys know what time it was. I was half asleep. So TP'd, but no short for me. Alrighty. Otomai, Revo, Kavira, 19 Turbo, Toddler, Sammy, Revo, One A Day, Turbo, Bulldog, You Stole My Cookie. You guys good? Rehu says we are going down. Well, we can talk about it. Yeah, now you're actually kind of at a support zone for S&P. So you want to anticipate the move before. You don't want to see it dumping and try to get into a short. You don't want to see it pumping and then trying to get into a long. That's exactly what retail does, and so you have to anticipate and do the thing before. Okay, we good on this? So 214, it's not like perfect. Like I said, I think if you go back on the stream highlights, At one point when it did the sweep, it was at like 240 or something like that. So I missed out on maybe like 26, 25K or something like that, but held it, waited for the, didn't get stopped out over the weekend, trusted the math, waited for the sweep. Okay, yesterday there were a couple people maybe entering the sweep a little bit too early, but not that big of a deal. The levels are the levels. The sweep structure happened. We got to see it live. So, and then during the morning, during the night, we saw the golden pocket thangity thang. So, okay, so what do we normally do? We identify the sweep highs, sweep lows, or swing highs, swing lows. Okay, so we know where we're gonna, we did this yesterday. We know how to adjust the fibs. Golden pocket bounce. Okay. You guys see the CVD bull div? So cool. All right. So now you're starting to expect, okay, swing high, swing low. If you don't want to get stopped out, you put your stop loss behind the 886, between the 886 and 1. Kimba box. And what did I say? In fact, I maybe even don't need to say it because this is something that we always look for, especially when I'm in a short. If it gets rejected at golden pocket, higher probability it will make a lower low. Okay, it did it again. It's the same shit every single time, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, not only that, going into this, everybody sees the bear, 1 hour bear div, right? Pump on this. Does that look like what we want? Open interest is going down. You know what that means. Okay, so you had open interest not helping you, just a squeeze. We anticipated Kimba box, 1 hour bear div, S&P gamma's looking bearish. Roger that. Calculate my entry, my position size, and my take profit with the unrealized funding fees that I was paying. I closed on pretty much everything around 30,100. Okay. Now, let's say that for some reason you weren't watching the open interest going up, or you weren't watching the open interest while the price was going up. You still know that if it gets rejected at golden pocket, it has a chance to make a higher. So all this time, you had an opportunity to see if you wanted to actually close your thing right there. And so, you know, when I say close your eyes and figure out, if I'm at 30,100 and I'm trying to TP at 30,400, does it make sense at this point for my unrealized to piss away that much? So at this point, the weekend is different because it's low volume, or if it's Macaulay Culkin, I can understand you not believing it. But if the gamma is that bearish and you have a 1 hour bear div, and you know that if it gets rejected at golden pocket, it's got a chance to make a lower low, you got to do the math and figure out if it's worth you not closing there for the $300, but you stand to lose that much. Doesn't make sense. Math. Let the math make the decision for you. And somebody was like, where should I add? Where can I re-enter a long? I said, I'm not looking for a long anymore. I'm looking for shorts. I'm done with the long. I longed all the way from the bottom. So it's actually the opposite of what we look for, because that's exactly how we would play a short. All right, so levels to the downside, of course, we have Fibonacci levels, okay, with every swing high, swing low, okay? But this is a daily point of control, previous day point of control, okay? Pixel bounce, pixel perfect. We'll see the rotation to the PDEQ, but more likely than not, you're gonna see a rotation to the value area high. You're looking at 784. Confluence with 0.5 Fibonacci at 760 and baby point of control at around 778. A lot of people were talking about, hey, what do you think about a short there? Like I said, perfectly fine. Something to think about that we talked about when we first regrouped on Monday is when it's low volume, do you really trust the move? So whether it's the weekend or whether it's Macaulay Culkin hour, whatever it does it stay put or does it just retrace when China opens or something like that? So if it pumps or dumps during Macaulay Culkin hour when there's naturally low volume, do you believe it, yes or no? There's no right or wrong answer, but something that you want to do is definitely have a plan, right? All right, and most of us, we've seen Macaulay Culkin hour hundreds of times. If you're new, then, you know, try to watch and get more of a sample size. But Mitch says, let's say now we go to the 29750 area and we reject, then pull a fib from today's low to 2970. If we bounce then from golden pocket, then we have more chance to get to 30,400. That's a great question, Mitch. So you're asking this, and then you're saying do this, and you're saying if it does this, yeah, okay. Well, first off, I gotta be a little bit honest. That's a little bit of a subconscious bullish bias, but that's actually a great fucking question. In short, no. Okay, in short, no. And let me explain, Mitch. You know what all that would indicate? This, obviously assuming that you break this, and again, this isn't that big of a deal because the gap is smaller. The only thing that you're guaranteed is that you have a high probability you're gonna test this. So at the end of the day, the only thing, first off, we can't even talk about 30,004. For me, the only way that you even have a shot of breaking the higher high is if you turn this into support, Mitch. I don't care how it gets done, okay? But for me, you don't even have a shot of making a higher high unless you turn this into support. So this is not good enough. Does that make sense, Mitch? And this golden pocket bounce does nothing to impact this. Yeah, and Mitch, you know what? At the end of the day, brother, try to kind of keep track or see, because if you keep paying attention and you're doing a good job paying attention, Mitch, you're gonna see this shit play out many times. Yeah, so for me, that's why I always say that, in fact, I think you've been here before, but let's say that we do this, right? For me to be bullish, it has to bounce from there, turn that into support. That's 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3, and then making a higher high is when I'm full on, all right, we are bearish. So yeah, even like bouncing from there, because we could do this, brother. 0.5, golden pocket, go here, go fuck yourself. And then you got all these motherfuckers talking about a blah 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 blah, and usually does some weird shit like that. Yeah, that's why for me, for a very long time, I would say for like 8-9 months, I really only get bullish, and we're only talking about making a higher high. We're not even talking about that, you know. So you got to turn like a mathematically completely normal area to go to turn back around, and you got to flip that shit into. You got to do that. And even then, that only increases your chances of making a higher high. We ain't talking nothing about levels up there. Does that make sense, Mitch? And again, don't just take my word for it. All I'm trying to do is remind you guys what we've seen the last 18 months. I'm not like making up my own shit. I'm just trying to remind you guys what's been happening. So if you keep watching Mitch, you'll see what I'm talking about. And if for some reason it starts to significantly deviate from that, well, we'll notice it and we'll play it and we'll juice the fuck up. How do you use confluence with fibs and the volume profile? Well, take a look at this, for example, brother. You have previous day point of control at 350, right? You have a naked point of control at 29,012. Okay. If you pull the Big Daddy swing high, swing low, guess where that is? Let's just see. It's pixel perfect with the 786, which is confluence with how you would do a Kimba box long. On top of that, that's where Sato's lick is. You can't get any more confluencing than that, y'all. His liquidation is at 29,044. I'm sure there's a lot of retail that will like use that as some sort of psychological level, or for some godforsaken coincidence, it just lines up like that. Okay, but there you go. You're just gonna have to pull levels and see what overlaps, brother. You see that though, Flex? The big swing high, swing low Kimba box, it lines up with a naked point of control. Okay, but that's how you would use confluence. It doesn't mean anything. As of right now, it's bouncing off of previous day point of control, right? This is just 5th grade TA. When it bounces off of point of control, what does it do? Very high probability it tests the previous day value area high. That bad boy's at 784. All right, lots of confluence up there, so that might be worth, you know, a short up here. I don't know, but there's nothing wrong, and I might just be missing my last opportunity to take a short all the way down to 27.2. I don't know. Like I was saying, if it does this and open interest is this, that's awkward. Then I don't think, in fact, I'm not even gonna take the short anyways, and if I miss like a generational short to 27.2, that's okay. I'm not taking the short anyways, but yeah, if this is going up and you see like open interest going up, that's gonna be funky, that's gonna be awkward. I don't know if you still wanna take that short or not, it's up to you. Then you have to really be watching price action to see if you're getting people trapped. Okay, and then from there, you can try to have confluence with liquidation heat maps. You see this starting to get brighter at 30,550. Clearly this is yellow as fuck, the 29,950. Okay, so again, lots of confluence in the 800, 900 zone, you know, and we've seen 786 bounces, right? Kimba box. That has a ton of confluence with this 29,950. 786 is 30,050. And you have 784 daily open. Previous week high is also 30,050. You know, you have confluence at 0.5, you have confluence here, and you have confluence, you really have confluence all the way up there, and then you've got historical patterns, like it's always been 786, right? Like look at this 786 penetration. And this is baby fib. The real one is here. Alrighty. H9HS says, any trading school you know about I can join? Join ours. University of Lithuania. All right. So a lot of you guys kind of told me what you're looking for, what you might be playing. So I'm rooting for each and every one of you guys. It's not going to be as easy, you know, it's not going to be like super obvious if it goes to the golden pocket or the 0.5 and it start, you know, you're going to be looking at it like, fuck, I wonder if it's bullish or bearish. Sometimes it's not going to be that easy. Try to look at if there's any CVD divs. For the most part, TPO single print stuff is already tapped. So you could still look for like daily levels, but on the weekly side, it's pretty much everything's to the downside at this point. And then of course you got stuff above like 30,900. I think we're good. Bullish Bear says Bato long. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. Well, that's not that encouraging for the 30,004. Okay. But it is what it is. It's actually kind of goofy because, you know, I always talk about like, you know, trust your plan, blah, 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 believe in yourself, don't, you know, don't let others influence you. But golly, every time I see Bato or Sato seeing the market the same way I do, I definitely do doubt myself. I'm like, fuck. I finally fell into the retail sandpit. But yeah, the levels are the levels. So let's not get too carried away with these guys. You know, they're probably not going to TP and then it's going to just turn red anyways, you know, but the levels are the levels. We have interesting, you know, things in the 750, 850, 900 area, right? And we all know what we would look for to be able to possibly identify if it's weak or fake, you know, and then from there, you just got to take, you know, do your best. So. All right, so I kind of described what kind of price action I would want, but what I want and what is, you know, most probable are two different things, right? So I think we've nerded out pretty hard where for at least for until tomorrow morning when we regroup again, we should all be set. We have like 2-3 levels to the upside, and then, you know, realistically, the only thing I would probably maybe 29,000, but I don't think I would long that. The only long I would consider is a 28.5 sweep. I'm only considering that 28.5 sweep if 30,004 doesn't get grabbed, type of thing. All right. I'm still hoping that we get a sweep short of the 30,004, 50, 500, but if it doesn't, that'll be okay. We'll look to the downside for our next thing. So. How did you get the 28.5 level? Flex, easy. The only thing that I'm playing right now is a sweep, right? So I was looking for sweeps up here. Look, 28593. So the only thing that I would long Flex, assuming we don't tap the 30,004, I might think about a 28.593 sweep. I should have been more specific. The sweep of the low, brother. Okay, because that's all I'm playing right now. I think it's stop loss season. All right, so hopefully that helps. All right, well, CPI tomorrow, I'll be on at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'll be on before the CPI numbers come out. As soon as the stream starts, we'll jump right into gammas, getting caught up on the overnight price action, and then and then we'll see the CPI number comes out. If you're already in a short, rooting for you. You already know how to protect yourself, so I'm not too worried. People that might be in longs from the POC, rooting for you. Stay safe. No one should be getting wrecked. So it's either big juice or tiny juice. Either way, we're juicing. I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow. CPI. Oh my goodness. Sato, take it away.